Today's daf is daf Samach Zayin. We are going to begin by Gufa. Gufa, Amr Shmuel, Amr Rebbe. Shmuel says the name of Rebbe, Allah Rabbi S. Allah is the Rabbi S. Amr Mili Master L'Shliach, who said that verbal directives cannot be delegated as a Shliach. Amr Lefan of Reb Shimon ben Rebbe. Now, Reb Shimon ben Rebbe said before his father, since Rabbi Chanina Ishaini argue on Rabbi and hold that Mili is Memshon L'Shliach, Myra Rabbi Yisi Lemer Alach Rabbi Yisi. Why? What led Rabbi Danasi to say that Allah is the opinion of Rabbi Yisi? So Amalei, Rabbi Danasi said to his son, be silent, my son, be silent. But he says, Rabbi Yisi, you did not see Rabbi Yisi. You say, if you would have seen him, in other words, if you would have known him, you would know that his reasoning accompanies his statements. Therefore, I think that his opinion is most reliable. Tanya was talking about Brisa Isi ben Yehuda Hayamina Shifchin Shel Chachamim. It says Isi would recount the praises of the Chachamim by characterizing each of them. And Meir, he would say Chacham Sefer is a scholar and a scribe. Rabbi Yehuda Chacham the Kashir said Rabbi Yehuda a scholar when he chooses to be one. Reb Tarfon Gal Shal Gez, and Reb Tarfon was a pile of nuts. Just as when a person removes the nuts from a pile, all the other nuts fall. So too, when a student would ask Reb Tarfon Shaila, he would cite so many different Mekaydas from all of his sources of Teda. Vishmal Chanus Mizuyanas Vishmal is a well-stocked store. Rakiva Itzer Bolam, Rakiva was a full storehouse. Rabbi Yechanan Ben Nuri Kupas Harechlin, Rabbi Yechanan Ben Nuri was a peddler's baskets, in which there was a small amount of each product. Lazar Ben Azariah Kupas Shulpsamim, he's like a basket of spices. Everything he says has reason. Mishnah Rabbi Lazar Ben Yaakov Kavanoki, the Mishnah of Rabbi Lazar Ben Yaakov is like very, very clean. Basically, the reasoning accompanies the statement. Reb Shimon Techen Harba Mitzikimo, Reb Shimon grinds much and removes little. Tana was taught in explanation. Mishakeach Kimo, Reb Shimon would forget little of his learning. Mashametzen, what he removed from his memory, and he might say Subin, he only removed the garbage. Bonai, my students, Shalom Midosai, Shimon said to the students, my sons, accept my psak, as my rulings are the finest rulings of Rabbi Akiva. Kufos now, Amr L'Shnayim. With regards to a person who said to two people, a person said, let's say if to tell a sefer and he write the documents, so the plenty of and tell so and so will sign it. Amr Rabun Amr Rav kosher related to us this Yisrael. Kosher, we shouldn't do it. The husband himself must appoint the sefer and the witnesses. Amr Rav Nachman said to Rav Nachman, Amr Rav Nachman Ula Machat the kosher manat to us this Yisrael. If it's kosher, why not do it? We're concerned lest the woman hire witnesses, since this is permitted by means of a shlichus, and the witness themselves do not know what the husband said. A woman could hire witnesses to tell a sefer to write the get on her behalf, and hire witnesses to sign it without the husband's knowledge. Tanya, we learned that in Abraisa, are we really concerned? We learned that in Abraisa, if in the case of witnesses who are signed on a field of sale, the Chum are not worried about this. In other words, the Chum are not worried about forgery, that perhaps these documents were written without the consent of the owner and the husband. So the matters, Maisele Ovdi, although they would not perform an action to forge a get, they would utter a statement and tell another to forge a document. Now the person acts unknowingly, unaware of what's involved. Now, if one said to two people, Imru the sefer v'yiftavu, tell the sefer, and he will write the document and sign it. Atam chasum, when you sign it. Rav Chizda Amar kosher l'tiyasaro. And Chizda says the get is kosher, however, it should not be done. Rabba Bar Chana Amar kosher l'tiyasa, it's kosher and it should be done. Rafon Amar kosher l'tiyasa, Shishas Amar kosher l'tiyasa, Rabba Amar kosher l'tiyasa, Besav Amar kosher l'tiyasa. And there are those who reverse the opinions of Rabba and Besav with regard to this matter. He says to 10 people, Kisvu get, or a person says, write a get to my wife. So one of the 10 writes the get and 2 sign it. If one said to 10 people, write a get and give it to my wife, so if a person said to 10 people, write a get and give it to my wife, one writes on behalf of all of them. If he said all of you write the get, then one writes in the presence of all of them. Echad case of Ma'amid Kulam. Now, Hadicha get the Yishtei Echad Melech Haydei Kulam. If he said deliver a get to my wife, one person writes it on behalf of all of them. Kulchem Helichu. If he said all of you deliver the get, Echad Melech Ma'amid Kulam, then one brings in the presence of all of them. Boilahu, Shiloh was asked if he said write a get, Mana Isan Ma'u. He enumerated them by name. What's the halacha? Kulamar Mana Ine Kulchem. When it says if one enumerated them by name, it's not comparable to saying Kulchem. If he says Mana, it's Kulchem. The Papa says, well, they don't disagree. This is referring to a case where he enumerated all of them, and this is referring to a case where he enumerated some of them. So some say that the distinction between the two cases should be explained in this manner, some say in this manner. Some explain that the distinction is that if he enumerated all of them, he insists that all participate. If he enumerated some of them, he does not insist that all of them do so. He enumerated the names that he did only to indicate that he wants the people performing the task to be chosen from those people. Others explain that if he enumerated only some of them, he thereby expresses intent that they only participate. But if he enumerated all of them, but did not say all of you, this is not the case. Asking Rav Yehuda begittin kolchem. Rav Yehuda insisted in the case of a get with regards to which the husband gave instructions in the presence of many people, and it considers that it will be interpreted that he said, all of you write it. And if they do not all sign, there will be a suffix whether or not the woman is divorced, that he should say, write it either all of you, or each of you write one of you, write either all of you or each and every one of you. Sign. So sign it either all of you or two of you. Deliver it either all of you or each of and every one of you. And that way, there's no shash that the get will be invalid if one of them fails to participate. Rava says, sometimes the husband may say in a statement and say, sometimes the husband will cut off some words and he'll say all of you, but he will not say every one of you, and the get will be invalidated. Rava says, each of you write Kol chad minchu. Each of you write, every two of you may sign. So each of you may write it, every two of you may sign it, each of you may deliver it. However, you should not say all of you, so the get will not be invalidated if one fails to do so. Had nalach ha oimer.